Curtis, NASCAR has awarded you a playoff date. Why do you think NASCAR gave you such a big date?
Well, I think there's several things. One, the way the community has come together to support NASCAR racing in our region, I think is surprising to everyone. But St. Louis always shows up when it comes to big time sports. We always show up when it comes to the playoffs. And I think, again, the fans have demonstrated they're going to support the racetrack. They are supporting the racetrack. The community's supporting the racetrack. The businesses are behind us. Our local officials and elected officials are all here pulling the rope with us. So you look at all of that coming together and the fact that St. Louis is a big sports town, playoffs seem to be a natural. And it's just great to be able to reward these fans that are coming to the racetrack, that they're coming and spending their hard-earned entertainment dollar, and they're coming because they just love the sport. You got to think that the playoffs is going to be a big deal.
Curtis, you've got a great racetrack here, shaped differently on both ends, and it leads to some of the greatest finishes in NASCAR history. The last 3 races have been crowd on their feet, 2 overtime, the slide job down in 3 and 4. Tell me about these finishes.
Well, when I purchased the racetrack 13, 14 years ago now, you didn't know how it was going to be when we someday brought a cup team here and say, hey, go have at it on our racetrack. There was no way of knowing how this track was going to really race with a cup car on it. And I think all of us have been pleasantly surprised in a very positive way how the racing is playing out. If you look at our first couple of races ending with overtime, last year or 2024 with this last minute, last lap running out of gas and Austin Cindric wins. That type of racing, the unknown leads to just excitement and brings these fans back.
Curtis, years ago when you bought this racetrack, I said there's no way Worldwide Technology Raceway will ever get a cup date. You have proved me wrong. Why? Why is everything going so good now?
Well, I think I had the benefit of hindsight. I could see where their challenges were. And we went about identifying them, and we fixed them all. If you named a problem, we got on it, we solved the problem, and we looked towards the future. So I think is that methodology became obvious to fans. They realized that something special was happening here, and they've all come alongside right with us to make this place what it is today.
Curtis, when I arrived to the racetrack coming off Interstate 55, I looked to the left and everything looks so new. I realized that you're always making new things here. What's up now?
We're always looking towards the future, way down the road. So I'm looking towards 2025, the exciting announcements that are coming here with Cup Series bringing the playoffs and Xfinity coming, but that's the immediate future. I'm always kind of looking down the road, sometimes 5 or 10 years, is to how we continue to lean into this facility and make it the shining light on the hill in an area that really needs some help. And so that has been my MO for the last 12, 14 years now, and will continue to be. As long as I'm able to put one foot in front of the other, I'm going to be at this racetrack trying to make a difference in this community. So Kenny, you're seeing about as many racetracks in this world as anybody these days, with your own racing, with the dirt track world, with all the other things you're doing with your show. And I'm here in St. Louis. My nose is to the grindstone. I'm trying to make a difference here at this racetrack. What are you hearing about what others are saying about Worldwide Technology Raceway?
Well, I'll just give you an example. Gordy Gundaker, he'll call me and he'll say, hey, you want to go over to the racetrack and go to the kartplex? We got all these dirt racers and you got a world-class go-kart track. Keeps us physically fit. So we come over here and we get ready for the year. The drag strip. Man, when the big boys come in for the drag strip. The road course. Not to mention when we come here for the actual NASCAR weekend, you've got, the Confluence Music Festival. We love the music. We like seeing the big acts come in. I think all that together, you have made it to where all my dirt racing friends are like, let's run the go-kart, let's go watch a NASCAR race. Let's drink some beers. Let's go to see the drag races. You just got so much going on here.
Thank you, Kenny. I mean, I think that is, it's good to hear because that's what we're after. I'm a racer.
Yeah,
you know,
you really are.
And so that's where it all started. We would not be sitting where we're at today if somehow or another, some way, I didn't make the decision to race back at Gateway International Raceway in the 80s. And so that's the perspective I come from is if I'm having fun as a racer, I'm guessing most other racers are going to figure out a way to have fun too.
Yeah, I want to add one more thing. You never stop, because in the wintertime, my family are like, let's go over to the light show, Christmas light show. So you never end, and I really appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Curtis, you purchased this facility and you've made a lot of upgrades, and now it's top notch. What is one thing that has surprised you the most nowadays about the Worldwide Technology Raceway?
Well, there's been an awful lot of surprises over the years for sure, but we take it one day at a time and just deal with things as they come up. But, you know, so I think as I look at where we've come and where we're going, therein lies the big surprise, is how the community has reacted to us, how the community is supporting us, and also our role in moving the community forward. In 2011, when I first was looking at the racetrack and thought, well, heck, nobody's going to buy this, somebody better. It'd be an absolute crime if this track closed permanently. And at that point, it was about saving the racetrack. But quickly, I realized the role that we play in the community with the racetrack and the rewards that we can see going forward for some of the folks that need it the most by making sure that this track is vibrant, and so goes the success of the racetrack, goes the success of all of us around us. It was really an eye-opener for me to realize that we could use this as a bully pulpit for change in the Metro East.
Curtis, I was here from the start. I want to congratulate you on the golden ticket. You have received the NASCAR playoff date. You earned it. You worked so hard for you and your team. Congratulations.
Kenny, thank you. You know, you've been there every step of the way along with us.
I really have.
That is very true. You have a huge success story of over 15 years of racing on this racetrack, and your career is just amazing. And the fact that I can call you a friend and someone that is right here with us, growing along as we're on a great path of growth. And I just feel like that the best is still yet to come. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I feel like this next decade is going to be special as we harness all these gifts we've been given.
The best is yet to come.